Video today talking about Zebec Network, Zbcn. It is climbing up around 13%. It was up here to 0.001 earlier yesterday afternoon. Obviously come down, consolidating a little bit last 7 days. It has dipped. It was down here while the market was pumping. Like I think the majority of the market was pumping during this time, and it dipped down to 0.007, which is obviously a great opportunity if you're bullish on Zbcn to add to your position, or get a position if you had not had one yet already at these levels specifically, right? As we talk about Zbcn over the last month, right? This was kind of a low. It has kind of been fluctuating pretty consistently up and down, peaks, valleys over the last month, down 5.28%. Over the last year, Zbcn here is down 68%, like most of the market. But again, was February 18th, was at 0.0019, so very close to the 0.002 mark, and then obviously has consolidated quite a bit since then. But if you watched essentially any previous video that I made here on Zbcn, you kind of understand and know my overall outlook on it. It is on Solana, which if we look at Solana at 150 right now, it is, as far as the top players in crypto, bounced back nicely over the last 7 days, around 13%, was at 153 at some point yesterday. But again, if you want a piece of the Solana pie, I think Zebec Network and Zbcn is, my opinion, one to take a look at, put on your watch list, sitting at a $71.18 million market cap. Like, we're talking about sub 100 million market cap on Solana, with all the tech and infrastructure and partnerships that it does have, right? And I've talked about it many times before. Golden Tree, Briar Capital, Lightspeed, Republic Capital, Gemini, Coinbase Ventures, Circle, have all invested. And if you go ahead and look at these different types of companies and financial platforms, and you kind of see other companies and entities that they've invested into, you can kind of understand where the bullish sentiment does come from when we talk about Zbcn and Zebec Network, right? Like Liberty City Ventures. Just if you Google any of these, like Golden Tree Measure, just Google Briar Capital, and look at the companies Briar Capital is invested in, and again, you can understand why there is a ton of bullish sentiment here for Zbcn, sitting at the 0009 71 million market cap. But I want to share this tweet here again. Full credit goes to Bob Them 992 61968 on Twitter. I'm gonna play it. This is one of the founders, one of the CEOs or founders, one of the head people at Zebec Network, talking to someone on Zebec Community Spaces about potential new exchange listing. So I'll just play the clip. And again, I do think a Coinbase listing is coming. But again, shout out to Bob the Man C on Twitter. I will put a link to this tweet in the description below of this video.
Different partners and things like that. Any new exchange listings on the horizon for Zbcn? Anything like that coming up?
Well, we definitely have a few in the works. Again, not something I can speak to publicly. Of course, we've received investment from some of the biggest exchanges in the world, and I'm not going to speculate any further on that, but it is a priority for our team.
You mentioned like different partners and things.
Yeah, so you can see, he mentions that they've gotten investment from some of the biggest exchanges in the world. And again, that is talking about Gemini, I believe, is invested in, and Coinbase Ventures, which is the venture capitalist side of Coinbase. They've invested as well, right? So we know this. In a Coinbase listing, as much as I'm bullish on Zbcn, it needs those listings on Binance and Coinbase, because the top exchange, I think, that is carrying Zbcn right now. Let's see if we can see this here. OKX, BitGet, MEXC, and it's still done pretty well, given it doesn't have really that top tier one exchange. I think some people may consider KuCoin and Crypto.com a tier one exchange, but Coinbase listing is more specifically huge, and I do think it is coming. And I do think it's coming soon, to be honest, for Zbcn. When we talk about Zbcn potential, 6 billion market cap, 7 cents, 82x from the current price right now. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below if you feel about Zbcn, Zebec Network. Please drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and as always, have a great day.